trying to say is, or what I'm saying is, that Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia lost a lot of key players in a lot of key positions. That their teams was not as strong. That the SEC was overrated this year. And that the Big Ten was a better conference. That's why Michigan should be number one. Because if you think about it, Alabama lost to an unranked Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure Texas A&M still unranked. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, Arkansas took them to the limit. They were like 21. Okay, you got that. Is Miami even ranked anymore? They were 14, but that was the beginning of the season when people thought that they were going to be okay. And it was like a Miami was supposed to come up on them. And then, like, Auburn. The Auburn game just kills me the most because if the running back would have just stayed in bounds, we wouldn't even be talking about this. That's all. Like, that's just you just could have killed Alabama just by staying in bounds and not just letting that linebacker drag you out of bounds. So he stopped the clock. That was crazy. All he had to do was stay in bounds. Alabama loses. Nah. You gave him a chance. So then when you gave him a chance, boom. Then they came back. And now it gave them the breath of air, the breath of life, where the committee can hold on to the Nick Saban is the greatest coach and all this other stuff. But hold on, let's take a time out for Twix. And let's look at this season, please. Because when we lost to Michigan State on a call that we wasn't supposed to lose on, because the officiating crew said that Aiden Hutchinson did get the ball in the end zone, so we should be 12-0. But we're not the number one team in the nation. How are we not the number one team in the nation if we're supposed to be 12-0? And Alabama lost to an unranked team. Got taken to overtime in the Iron Bowl. And we dogged Ohio State. I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. It's not making any sense to me. I mean, if it's going, we got to go off this season. I can't go off of last year and what Mac Jones did. That don't make no sense. I have to go off of this year and what's going on now. Because that would make sense, right? Because what Mac Jones is doing this year, he's doing his thing. But that ain't got nothing to do with what Alabama in their rankings. Am I right or wrong? I mean, where I lie. Georgia, the number one team the whole season, because they beat Clemson. Where's Clemson at now? Because when y'all had them all high ranked and everything, they were supposed to be all that. And that's another team that lost so many players. Like I said, when you lose all of those players like that, your team downfalls. Look at Michigan even. When we lost those like 11, like when Devin Bush and all them went, man, we lost a lot of players. The next season, man, I think we went, Here we go like we suck. I mean, it is what it is. Well, next season, was that the COVID season and we went 2-4? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to look at what it is for what it is. Like, you just can't say, okay, just because it is. No, Alabama been getting ticked to the limit all season long. Stop acting like Alabama has been blowing teams out, every single team. They didn't blow every single team out. Every single game wasn't just, they got this. Every single game Michigan played this year was, they got this. They got control of this game. Their defense is too strong. The defense is way too dominant. The offensive line controls the game. And we can throw it on you by the end of the season. The first couple of games, they're just going to run the ball. They're just going to run the ball. They're just going to run the ball. Then ran it down your throat, and then we started throwing it on you. So once we show you both sides, then we can show you can open it up. And Then we put JJ in there, and that's a whole nother aspect. So that's why I'm like, kind of like, how is it that you could just say that Alabama is number one when they just got took to the Iron Bowl, when we just beat Ohio State's ass? And they did lose to an unranked Texas A&M team. Michigan State. I do believe Mel Tucker got the Big Ten Coach of the Year. I do believe Iowa was the number 2 team in the nation at one point before they lost them 2 games. I'm saying we beat them by 39 points. Alabama didn't beat Georgia by 39 points. Alabama didn't beat Auburn by 39 points. I don't think Alabama beat anybody by 39 points this year, did they? 39 points? I mean, maybe they did. They probably did. Probably 150 to 14 or something. But what I'm saying is this. Them keep losing them key players and them not getting a couple recruits here and there and a couple positions and stuff like that. Hey, maybe they just wasn't the best team this year. Maybe Michigan was. Could it be? Let's look at the whole year. That's what the committee is supposed to do. So Michigan is supposed to be number 1. All of that, we don't want to see the same game. Well, then put Georgia at number 4 then. Like, what the fuck? Give credit where credit is due. Because we're going to show you too. Go Blue.